Hey, I'm Erica,
And I'm Arian.
and this is Friend with the capital F.
We're just two friends with tummy troubles and heartburn having honest conversations about real life, friendship, and the lessons we're learning along the way.
So if this sounds like your cup of tea or coffee, welcome to our group chat out loud.
Take what you need and leave what you don't. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hola.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
It's another Saturday, another podcast.
Woo woo. Welcome
Woo.
back to Friend with capital F.
So today we are going to, again, talk about our FML and Fuller, our FML. And then we're going to talk about our question of the week, which
Yep.
is, we'll tell y'all later. And then tell everybody what we're going to talk about today.
Okay. Today we're going to be talking about our 30s, whether we're in our 30s or our 30s are coming,
Mm-hmm.
aka me,
Yeah.
versus aka Erica being in her 30s. So
Yeah.
we're just going to talk about that, what we thought, what it is like, what we're looking forward to, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, how are you?
I'm doing great. I feel good. I'm full. Just had some pizza.
Yum.
That we made.
Yeah, it
Well,
was
we didn't make the
delicious.
dough, but we put the stuff on top.
No, but Costco made the dough.
Costco did make the dough. 3-pack, 3 marinara sauces for like $12.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah, so I feel good. All right, I'm gonna talk about my FMO if that's okay.
All right, please.
All right, so my FMO of the week is that I fell.
I forgot about
Guys, I feel so bad. So, backstory. We have a little fence for the dogs so they don't be going on the couch because Wrigley, our pug, has back problems. And so we don't want her jumping off the couch. So we put the fence there. Well, to get to the couch, we have to move the fence. Well, I didn't feel like doing that. I just wanted to go and hop over this fence.
Yeah, hop.
Oh, Lord. I had my laptop on one hand and my water on the other hand. And my chancla got stuck on the gate and I busted my knees. I fell on my knees instead of my hands because my hands were full and I didn't want to break my laptop. So
she
I hit my
sacrificed her
knees so bad on the floor that it made me drop my laptop and my water anyway. So yeah, I thought I broke my knees. I don't know. I thought it fractured them or something. I literally just laid there and then like scooted on my side and kind of just like stayed there for a minute. All in all, my knees are okay.
They're not broken.
They're not broken, but they were swollen and bruised.
Oh, yeah, it looked so bad, guys. It did not look fun at all.
So, next time, I will not be jumping over. I will move the fence. So,
Yes.
that was my...
I'm
That
glad
was my
you didn't
FML.
break anything.
Yeah,
I'm
me
glad
too.
that they're getting better, but yeah, it looked really gnarly.
Yeah, it was bad. Oh my God. My knees were throbbing forever. You know, guys, I'm in my 30s now. Like, it's not okay.
Things are a little more freaky than they used to
Yeah,
be.
we heal differently. Anyways, so that's my FML. And then my flourish is that I got to paint on Friday. So sometimes I feel like I don't do my artistic stuff because it's not out, like it's put up, you know?
Yeah.
And so it takes a lot of, it's not even a lot, but it just takes a lot in me to take the stuff out.
Yeah.
And so I finally did. I took some stuff out on, I say Friday like it was like 2 weeks ago. Yesterday,
Friday.
I took the paint out that my parents got me for Christmas and I painted a pot and it looked cute. Yeah.
It's so cute. It has lemons on it.
It has lemons on it. It's like greenish color. It's cute. I like it. Turned out good. And I was doing that while I was watching a movie on YouTube with commercials.
What do you mean with commercials?
Because you know, like if you don't buy the YouTube whatever subscription they have, then you can watch movies for free, but they have commercials.
Oh, so you were just painting on the commercials is what you mean?
No, I was painting. I just like something in the background, you know.
Okay.
But anyways, I just wanted to say that I'm glad that I did that, and I wish that I would have recorded you know, me painting it so that I could post it, but it just felt like such a hassle, and I feel like it took a lot in me to just take the paint out.
Yeah.
So
I totally understand that. That's why I had my sewing machine out on the table, the kitchen table, for probably like a month or maybe, I don't know how long, because like I usually put it in the closet, so it's like every time I want to do something I have to take it out, and it takes, you know, a good bit of time to get everything out. Then you gotta cut the fabric, and so it was just easier to just pick up in the moment when it was on the table. So I moved it in here to the office, but that is part of the, like, getting it out is the worst part.
I know. So I think what I'm gonna do now is leave it out, leave my art stuff out on the desk that is for my art stuff. So I think it'll make me feel like I can actually do it. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but
yeah, I agree. I think that's smart.
Yeah. Okay, friend, what about you?
Well, I don't really have much of an FML, so I'm gonna just skip past that.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't fall, so thank goodness.
Glad you didn't fall, friend.
Yeah. And my flourish is that my friend here brought me a little gift basket today, and it was so nice for passing my exam. Yeah, and she brought me flowers, so that was just nice. And it was nice to read your card and have the little note, so I really appreciate it, and it made me feel better because I was still kind of in a funk this morning. I guess maybe that could be my FML. I was just feeling like, plus it's overcast and it's just like gross out, you know, so I feel like that's not helping, but just seeing the flowers and the card, it was nice. So that's my F report for the week, and then I'm gonna ask you our question of the week.
Okay, let's hear it.
What's one challenge that turned out to be a blessing in disguise?
I actually have I have one, and I kind of thought about it a little bit because I'm like, what is one challenge? What was it? You know what I mean? One of them is the fact that English was my second language. You know, so it was a challenge for me because I was on a strike. I did not want to learn English at all. You know? And so it took me a while to learn because I didn't want to. My older sister, Yanita, she learned English before me. And then I was in ESL up until 8th grade. So I struggled.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you were learning English, did your parents know English at that time? Okay.
No.
So you guys taught them.
Yeah. And my mom actually said that, this was funny, we were just talking about that last week, is that how she learned English was because we would speak English to them.
Okay.
So that's cool, right? Anyways, I'm just saying it's a blessing in disguise because obviously, like, now I know 2 languages. Yeah. So that's awesome. But back then, I just didn't want to learn English, you know? I just wanted to speak Spanish and that's it, you know?
Because it's hard to learn
a new language.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just how I felt like back then, you know? It was a really struggle for me to be like, why do I need to learn a different language, you know?
Yeah.
And then, no, it just makes so much sense. And then people would make fun of me because of my accent. So that was hard for me too, you know? And then, you know, Yanita, she always like had my back and stuff. So I always felt safe with her. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
But my second one I would say that was a breakup. So it was like really hard for me when me and my partner had broken up, but it was a thing that needed to happen for me to grow and to learn more about myself. And it really was a blessing in disguise because I thought, you guys already know, you guys have been through breakups and stuff, and it just felt like everything was falling apart. Like at that moment in time, I didn't get into nursing school. That same day I got broken up with was the same day that I got the rejection letter. So I was like waitlisted is what you would call it, right? I ended up getting in, by the way, but they had an opening for me. But that's not the point. The point is that same day that I got broken up with was the same day that I found that out. So like my partner at the time didn't ask me. I don't know if she even knew that. I'm sure she did, or maybe she didn't, but that was the day I was going to find out, you know? So I was like super excited. And then it was that. And then I also got broken up with. So that was like really crappy. But there was just a lot of like negative things that happened to me. Like I got in a car accident. I was about to pay off my car, but I got in a car accident. And then I didn't have a car anymore. Like my dog died. My, you know, Lucas, who passed away. And then, like my mom went to the hospital because she broke her femur, and then, you know, I had broken my toe, so I was like on a boot for like 6. It's just like everything was, you know,
like when it rains, it freaking pours.
Yeah, but I was so thankful that I had my friends like you and Amber, my sisters, like my parents, Junior, my dog, like everybody was there for me, which I'm so thankful for, and I feel like it made it better. And then I also just like took myself on dates. Like I would go to the movies by myself. I would go do my study sessions at the coffee shop by myself. Like I would have tea. Yeah, I went to a concert by myself. Like I just feel like the concert was actually afterwards, but regardless, like it gave me the confidence to do things by myself and know that I don't need a partner to feel fulfilled and to feel happy.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I've learned so much because of that, you know, breakup. And I learned that basically I'm okay by myself and I don't need a partner. And the reason I have a partner now is because obviously I love her and she loves me, and it's a choice that we want to be together, but like it's not gonna break me, basically. You know what I mean? It's just
an enhancement to your life, but it's not a requirement to who you are.
Yeah, exactly. And so I felt back then my whole persona was about my partner, you know? And breaking up really showed me that that's not how it's supposed to be. And it changed me in all the good ways, you know? And so I think it's made me a better person, and I feel like I'm stronger, and
it's like your shelf analogy. That's what we were talking about in the last episode.
And that really, I filled my shelf up with a bunch of stuff that I love to do, like my art stuff, like even this podcast, you know, like back then me would have been like, no, I don't want to leave my partner. Like I can't do anything like without my partner or something like that, you know? And then now it's like, I can come on a Saturday. Like my partner's at home. She's studying for an exam she's going to take. And although obviously I was like, do you want to come? She decided to stay and study. But the point is that I can do things on my own and still feel good and know that it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? It's for me. Even if I wanted to travel by myself, or if I wanted to, you know, like go play pickleball, or, you know, like that's what I'm saying. Like I could do things without my partner, but also know that she supports that, and I support her if she wants to do anything by herself. Like go have fun with friends, like go do this or do that, you know, and that's how it's supposed to be. But back then I didn't see that. So
that's so interesting that is the time when you were telling me the shelf analogy, like when we first were friends, I thought that was something that you had realized before. But it sounds like during that time is when you were realizing it.
Yeah.
That's just cool to think about, you know?
Yeah.
That is when that growth was happening.
Yeah.
You know?
It's crazy. It is. It's crazy that something so sucky, you know, turned out to be something that I needed.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's why some people say, like, everything happens for a reason. And I don't necessarily think that everything happens for a reason, but I think that, you know, something good can come out of any situation. You know, the bad thing didn't have to happen for you to realize that, but something good can come out of it. So that's important.
Yeah. I think you just start to realize, too, that you are your own person, and you are important, and you should put yourself first.
Because at the end of the day, that's the only person you're responsible for.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, anyways, that's all.
That's all.
What about you, friend? What is one challenge that turned out to be a blessing in disguise?
So, the first thing that I thought of for this was, like, there was a time when basically I decided to stop drinking when I was feeling sad. Okay. You know? So, when we first met, really, around that time, I started drinking, like, a lot, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's because I was just so... Well, I was really young, but I was, like, going through so much for that age, you know?
Yeah.
So I would just drink when I feel sad, when I feel happy, when I feel... Like, you know, I was just drinking a lot. And I remember Amber telling me after something happened, she's like, okay, I think we need to stop drinking, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember being so adamant, like, because let's just say my family history
Yeah.
is not, it's not a good track record with alcohol, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just a hard relationship to have. But I knew for me, personally, I did not want to stop drinking completely because for me, it felt like I just wanted to have a better relationship with alcohol.
Yeah.
So, I don't remember when I made that decision, but I remember, like, I'm not going to drink when I'm negative, like, feeling any negative anymore, you know? Because alcohol is a downer.
Yeah.
Like, it's never gonna make you feel happy if you're sad. It's just gonna make you feel worse,
Yeah.
you know? So I really, really, really implemented that. And it was hard because, like, when you feel depressed or you feel, like, a little bit sad or lonely, like, that's what I would want to turn to.
Yeah.
You know? And just not doing that really helped me sit in the feelings and, like, get to the bottom of what I was actually feeling in those moments. So it was hard. And now I don't struggle with that at all. Like, when I feel, like, down and depressed, like, that's the last thing I want to reach for because I know that it's only going to enhance that, you know? But I will have a drink to celebrate, or I will have a drink to, like, relax after a long week, or, you know what I mean? So it was really hard, but I think that it was important for me to develop a healthy relationship with it rather than cut it out completely for me.
Right.
And that's not the case for everybody. And that can always change as well. Like, I could always decide to cut it out completely. But yeah, that's the first thing I was thinking of. That turned out to be a blessing because it was just really hard to decide what the right thing was to do, you know, like whether I should cut it out or not, and then also, you know, not doing it every time I felt sad.
Yeah.
So
that's so good. I really like the fact that you were like, you know what, no, I'm just gonna stop drinking when I'm sad and only really drink when it's like celebrating and stuff. I think that's important. So congrats, friend.
Thanks.
I'm glad that you did that.
And that's been a few years now, obviously, but
yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Let's get on to our 30s. Before you were 30, do you want to say how old you are?
Yes, I am now 33.
Okay, and I'm 29. And you're about to turn 34 this year.
Yes, in June.
And I'm going to turn 30 this year. So that's kind of why we're doing this episode. I'm right on the cusp, and you are, I mean, you're still in your early 30s, you know? So, but I think that enough years have passed by that you have, you know, you're like in your prime 30s.
Yeah, agreed. I like that, prime.
Yeah. So, before you were 30, what did you think your life would look like in your 30s?
Yeah, man. I thought that I would be like married with the house, working as a nurse at a hospital, not with kids.
So almost all of that is true,
yeah.
I guess.
And I thought that I was gonna have a house in Waxahachie, like somewhere near my parents' house, and I would be able to travel and like travel to Japan by that time. Still have Junior. And yeah, like not be working with kids or anything like that. That's not what I thought my life was gonna be. But what else? I think that's it, really. Like, that's what I thought, you know. I thought that I was gonna just
those main things.
Yeah, those main things. Yeah. Like, and it's funny too because when I turned 30, I was already 6 months into nursing, working with babies.
Yeah.
You know? So that was already like, what the heck?
Out the window,
you know?
Yeah.
And then I'm not married, or I wasn't married at the time, and I'm still not, you know. So I was not married, so that didn't, you know. And I did get a house, though. So that turned out right.
Yeah.
But not in Waxahachie. I live in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
And what else did I say? Oh, I have not been to Japan
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that I am gonna go soon, hopefully. Honestly, I kind of just want to travel everywhere. But Japan was a big thing for me and my sisters because we watch a lot of anime.
Yeah.
So that's still somewhere that we want to go, eventually.
Yeah, it will happen.
Yeah, I feel like everything kind of fell into place. Now, I thought that I was gonna have my life together before 30s. And not saying that I have my life together now, but like I thought that my professional, I guess, job, I would have already at 30. No, I would have before 30, and then I graduated nursing school, like I said last time, 6 months shy of 30. So I felt at the time that I was starting late. So yeah, but my 30 is good.
So far you checked off the boxes.
Yeah. Okay, friend. And then what did you think 30s would feel like when you were younger?
Yeah, I think 30s just felt like, I don't want to say old. Not old.
You can say that.
Yeah. But like prime.
Right.
Like you were a full adult, Yeah. And not, I don't know, not like old, but 30s always just felt like everyone was scared of the 30s. It was like you're coming out of your 20s. Mm-hmm. So it just seemed like, and it also seemed so far away. I think 30s just felt like an actual adult.
Yeah.
You were there.
And I see that, because I also did think the same.
Yeah.
Like I should have it all figured out. I should know everything by the time I'm 30.
Yeah, exactly. You should just be done.
Yeah.
With whatever you're...
That's it.
Yeah, no more goals.
Put your things down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. What's something about your 30s that surprised you?
Man, I think it's the fact that I don't have it all together. Like when you're younger, you're kind of just like, when I turn this age, a flip is going to switch and I'm just going to know everything.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought it was. But then you start getting older and you start realizing that your parents are just figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like your parents are literally just humans
the first time. Yeah.
Trying to figure shit out.
Yeah.
And so I think as you get older, you're like, damn, I thought y'all just knew everything, But really, they're still growing and they're still learning too.
Yeah.
And so I think I just thought I was going to have like this drop of knowledge in my brain and I was just going to know everything and I was just going to be like,
yeah,
I want to say perfect, but like,
you would know.
I would just know.
All-knowing.
Yeah, the all-knowing. Like I never thought that I would feel lost at my 30s. I never thought that I would feel depressed in my 30s or anything like that, but I felt lost. I felt depressed, So I think what surprised me the most was that feeling because, like I said, when you're younger, you feel a certain way and then you figure out that it doesn't matter how many years pass. Like you're never going to have it all figured out.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're 60 or 100, you know what I mean? I think I will die not really having everything figured out.
Yeah.
So, and that's okay.
I think that's just part of life. Yeah. Like you're never going to know.
I know. And you just realize that.
Yeah.
You freaking realize. And you know what else I realized? Okay, I'm just going to add this other thing.
Yeah.
I realized that I can do anything I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't know. If you figured this out in your 20s, man, congrats. For real. But I did not figure this out until my 30s that I could literally do whatever I want to do. And I realized that the one thing I'm scared about is not death. The one thing I'm scared about is like not giving it my all, not trying what I want to do, not doing the things that I want to do. Even if it's scary, it doesn't, like, to me, it's more scary not to try. It's more scary to die with regrets that I didn't do the things that I wanted to do. Yeah. So that's one thing I did learn in my 30s too.
Nice. Yeah. And you're implementing that.
Now, yes. Thankfully, I'm still alive. I'm still in my prime. Yeah, but I'm still in my prime and I'm still doing good. So,
yeah,
I got this.
Okay.
Do you feel pressure about turning 30?
I don't feel pressure. Honestly, I'm kind of ready for the 30s. Like, and maybe that's because I feel like, maybe 30s still kind of feels like you made it kind of thing.
Yeah.
So maybe that's like a little bit of the illusion. But yeah, I'm just ready for the 30s because I think you always hear that the 30s are the best years. People are always scared to turn 30, but I don't really feel like it. I feel like it's going to be kind of crazy to say that I'm 30.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be weird, I think. But I don't feel pressure. I don't feel like scared of it. I don't feel like I'm losing anything from my 20s. I'm kind of like ready, you know?
To like hit that next step.
Yeah, it's almost like a new year. Like how we feel about a new year.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a new fucking decade. Like I can just be yeah, so I'm ready.
That's good, friend.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. I actually thought you were 30 already.
Erica always thinks that I'm their age.
I know.
But I'm just a few years behind.
Yeah.
So 4 years behind.
4 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just in my brain where I think that you're the same age as me.
I mean, we're basically, we're the same age range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay. What's something that matters less to you now than it did in your 20s?
What people think. Yeah. I feel like I don't really care. I don't feel like I know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what people think about me. It doesn't matter. All that matters is what I think of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I don't know. I feel like my 30s has been the greatest times because it was the time that I realized the most,
Mm-hmm.
about myself.
Yeah.
And I think like my late 20s, like maybe like 26, 27, 28 was when I really started to like realize things.
Yeah.
And then like once I turned 30, I realized that certain things don't matter anymore. Like, doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter that I don't have that many friends. It doesn't matter that I just graduated and I'm 30 and I'm barely starting, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then, it doesn't matter that I'm not rich and have all this money, and that I'm not retiring my parents because I had that pressure back then, I think I'm just happier now because there's less pressure that I put on myself. I'm not saying that anybody else put that pressure on me. I just put it on myself that I had to have my shit together. And then I realized that I don't. I really don't. I'm just figuring it out how everybody else is, basically.
Yeah.
And my parents never pressured me to retire them. What the heck? Like, they're doing great, actually.
Like, you put that in your own
head.
We
Literally.
Literally.
And so, yeah, I feel less heavy.
Good.
So
I like that.
Yeah. What are you hoping will change in your 30s?
I'm hoping that I want a little bit of what you just said. I want a little bit of that perspective. And I think what's hard for me is that I know those things.
Yeah.
And logically, I know that what other people say doesn't matter. But it's hard when you're like, I feel like I learned this year too, like starting a new job and just getting outside of your comfort bubble.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Open yourself up to people because of like fear of judgment.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope I just grow in that. I want to feel more confident in myself. But I think that confidence in myself will come when I feel proud of like the work that I've done.
Yeah.
Like, say for example, the exam.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am proud that I did that, so I feel like it built trust within myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like going to therapy and like putting in the work, I feel like that is going to build confidence because I'm putting work into myself, So I hope that I hope I just grow.
And I know that you will, because I think what helped me realize that I could do anything that I wanted to do was failing first. So like, obviously you guys know in the last episode I talked about, or maybe not this last episode, but the one before that, I talked about how I failed nursing school, the LVN program, and then I got to a BSN program and passed. But I think that kind of helped me too. It's like I got into, I don't know, I feel like everything I've done so far has been, I've been putting my all, and I've been passing, basically, so I obviously passed nursing school, and then I took a certificate to become a certified pediatric nurse, and then I studied for that and I passed, and then I did my CDIP and I studied for that and I passed, and now I'm doing my CPC. And I just think, and not just that, but like in jobs, right? So like from NICU to PACU to auditor now, I just feel like if I want something, I can get it if I really try.
Mm-hmm.
So with my remote job, it took me about maybe like 8 months to find it, but I didn't give up even though I was getting so many rejections.
Mm-hmm.
I was applying for jobs like every day after work, during the weekends, um, redoing my resume for every job. Like it took a lot of work, but I did it. And so then it also makes you feel a little prouder
Mm-hmm.
about what you accomplished,
Yeah.
right? And then you start to realize like, man, I could really do anything if I wanted to. And even if you fail, the fact that you tried your hardest
Mm-hmm.
is what matters.
Yeah.
So in the end, even if you fail, like it's going to be sad, but at the same time you realize it wasn't for me. Because if it was, I would have got it because this is how hard I worked.
Yeah.
So that's just the way that I see things now.
Or even if you fail, that doesn't mean you failed completely.
No,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, try again if you really
Mhm.
want to do it again. Or
Yeah.
like you said, if it's not for you, like if it's maybe a job that you didn't get,
Yeah.
and then you feel disappointment,
Yeah.
maybe that's not for you.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you can't apply for another job.
Yeah.
The next job that you really want.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, I think that's true.
So I think it just comes with also failures.
Yeah.
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 So yeah.
At least trying and put yourself out there, though.
Yeah. But I believe that you'll feel that way.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about what matters less to you, but what do you care about more now in your 30s?
I feel like I've always cared about family, but I think I mean, it's still the same, like, about family. I feel like I care about that most
Mm-hmm.
is my time with my family. I guess time, I could say, because back then I wouldn't call into work. I wouldn't use my PTO. And I think I started to realize, like, why? Why didn't I use it? And why was I saving it up for what? When I could take that time off because I needed it. I needed a mental health day. I needed that time off to spend with my family, or yeah. So instead of feeling bad about me calling in for the time that I put in, which makes no freaking sense,
Right.
I'm going to do it because I deserve that time, and I deserve that time with my family. And so I feel like I care more about spending time with my family, spending time with my loved ones, and doing things that I want to do. And also saying no to things I don't want to do, which is another thing I learned in my 30s
Mm-hmm.
is, which I guess I could have learned earlier, but it's just really hard,
Yeah.
because you want to say yes to everything and you want to be there for everybody, but you have to be there for yourself first.
Yeah.
So I think that just
You feel
Just
like your
those
time
things.
is more valuable.
yeah,
Yeah.
with the people that I care about. And
Mhm.
I think you can really pay attention to how you feel with certain people, and then that really is going to show you if it's worth it. Was
Mhm.
that time that you spent with that person or those people worth it?
Mhm.
And if it's not, don't do it again, because you're wasting time.
Yeah. It's so true.
So
And you don't want to like you think about, you work all week and then you
Mhm.
only have say 4 hours in the evening and then
Yeah.
you're 2 days on the weekend. What do you really want to do with that time?
Yeah.
I that makes so much sense. You want to maximize the time that you have with your family.
yeah,
And
and I love my family so much. Yeah, my sisters, my girlfriend, like you guys. And I think that's another reason why I don't want to expand my friendship group, because I barely have time to like include everybody that I already have right now.
Yeah,
You know?
it's hard when you want to give everybody good quality time,
Yeah.
but there's only so many, it's
Yeah.
just hard sometimes.
Yeah.
But
And I'm thankful that my parents actually really support that. So some weekends I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna come over, but like I'll come over next weekend. And they're like, it's okay, like we have FaceTime. Back then we never had FaceTime.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do this with my dad,
Yeah.
back then. And so she's like, my mom's just like very supportive. Like if you can't, you can't, and that's okay. But
Yeah.
I feel guilty.
Yeah.
Because I want to see them. I want to be like there, like holding them and stuff like that.
Right.
And no, you start to realize you're looking at them. They're getting older. It makes me sad.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
I know.
Rant over. All right, friends. So, what are you afraid might change in your 30s?
My metabolism, maybe.
Yeah.
No. I think kind of going off of what you were saying, because right before you said this, I was thinking about like losing people. Like it's so scary to think about as you're getting older, like your loved ones who are older than you
Yeah.
are also getting older.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I'm not really afraid of anything changing though. I think that maybe like losing the loved ones. Yeah, other than that, I'm like ready for the change. I hope nothing bad, no bad change happens, you know? Like I don't want any like life crises or anything, but
but you invite the change.
Yeah, I do. I don't want too much change.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm ready for growth. Like, let's just say growth. Maybe not
growth.
change.
I like growth.
Growth,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
A lot of growth.
Yes. Okay. Now, what advice would you give your 29-year-old self?
Yes, so much advice. So much advice. I would just say to trust yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah. Because I think I had a lot of doubt back then about myself. Like, I doubt that I'm going to pass. I doubt that, like things will get better. I think maybe I was more negative back then, even though I try to be like as positive as possible. But one thing I would say is to trust myself, and that to know that you have people on your side and to lean on those people. But it definitely wouldn't change anything. I feel those things made me the person that I am now. But if it would be one thing, it would be to trust yourself.
Okay. Yeah. I love that.
All right, friend. So my next question for you is, do you feel like you are where you expected to be at 29?
Like from a child, no, probably.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was little, like I thought I was going to be like the librarian, and like hopefully I'm trying to think what else I thought of when I was younger. But definitely like I always wanted to be independent. Like I was always ready to be like out on my own,
Yeah.
Like when they tell kids like don't grow up too fast, like I always wanted to grow up. Like I was so ready to just be an adult, and I do feel like I love that part about life. Like I love just being able to do whatever I want to do. And I think back about my younger self a lot. Yeah. And I really do love being an adult, even though it freaking sucks sometimes.
Yeah. Literally. What? Why can't it be?
So if I feel like I'm where I expected to be at 29? Yes. When I pictured adulthood, I think that as my younger child self, I think that this is everything that I wanted. Maybe not in the exact way that I pictured it when I was younger. Yeah. But I think that yes, this is like I always wanted to be living with my partner, just doing things that we wanted to do on the weekends. And
you are where you are.
Yeah.
Where you thought you would be.
Okay. What's something you're still figuring out in your 30s?
Too much. Man, okay. I think just knowing, like I said before, that you don't have to have it all figured out. So it's funny that it says, the question is like, what's something you're still figuring out in your 30s? I feel like everything. You're still trying to figure everything out, you know? I wrote some stuff out saying that I just want to enjoy more of my life the way that makes me happy, and do the things that I want to do, be with the people I love. Maybe I just need to figure out how to relax.
Yeah.
Because that's hard. But, relaxing looks different to everybody. So it's like, if I'm relaxing, I could just be doing art stuff. That's a relaxing thing to me, to do.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, like, I don't know how to relax not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like just rot on the couch. But then I feel like I need to do something.
Yeah.
So I'm still
like you're watching stuff, doing art.
Yeah. So I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like the 30s is just growth, man. I don't know. I just want to travel. I just want to do things I want to do. I don't even know if I want to live here.
Yeah.
I have so many questions and so many things I want to do. Like, just because I have a house in Fort Worth doesn't mean I want to live in Fort Worth for the rest of my life. Things are going to change. I just don't know when or what.
Yeah.
So, and then plus, like, a lot of stuff is going on in the world right now. I'm just like, what the heck?
I know.
So it's kind of scaring me in a way of, like, travel,
Yeah. So. It is scary because you just don't know, I mean, once the traveling is fun,
Yeah.
you know, but it's just like the fear of it. It just sucks that it has to be like that.
Yeah. I just hope that in my 30s, change happens. Good change.
Yeah. In the world.
And not to get political or anything, but like that's just what I want, you know. I want to put that as my wish for my 30s, is for those things to change and things get better, so that I feel less scared about family and just, you know, driving somewhere, or walking
just
somewhere,
living your freaking life, going to work, whatever it is.
So yeah, I think that's what I want. So if you're about to turn 30, I mean, I just feel like it's another year and you're gonna grow. You're gonna, I don't know, everybody's life is just so different. So I'm just speaking from like my point of view and how everything went so far. I feel like the 30s have been the best years of my life.
That's what I'm ready for. I'm just ready to, like, there may be a period of hardship in the 30s, obviously. It doesn't mean that there's not going to be anything hard going on. But, you know, your 20s is such a rough time.
Very rough.
Where your frontal lobe is developing. You're trying to figure out what you want to do with your life. You have to, you know, you're in relationships that are like, it's just, there's so many things that you're trying to do all at once. You know? It's just such a weird time. So I'm ready for like some peace. So I hope that's what it brings. You know what's funny is, growing up, my mom, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I pretty much never knew her age, simply because she would always joke every birthday, "You're 29 forever, I'm 29 forever." And so, like, I'll look back on some Facebook posts or whatever, and I always wish her a 29th happy birthday. So it's just, like, kind of freaking weird to think about that I'm 29 right now. And she would always say that she's 29 forever. You know? So it's just funny. I still, honestly, don't even know how old my mom is because of that.
That is so funny.
I could probably do the math of the year she was born, but I'm like, I just don't know. Now I'm 29. Like, how freaking weird.
You know what would be cool? Like, I kind of want to do an episode where we bring in our parents. Because they're a lot older than us, obviously. It would be cool to see their perspective on their life. At their age, and
or when they were
our age. It's crazy. I'm excited. But do I have one more question for you?
No.
Let me see.
What do people in their 30s seem like to you? I feel like we kind of talked about that. Like, what did you think 30 would feel like? Like, you just had it together.
You know? And we don't.
No. And that's okay. I think you're right. I don't think that you're ever going to feel like, you know what? I got this shit down. This life, I got it. You know? Like, and I feel like if you feel that way, maybe you need to do a little work.
For real. No, right? I agree. It's just hard to talk about too, because there's just so many different people in the world with so many different perspectives on things, and like how they live their life and how they grew up, where they're at. But like I said, we're just talking about what we think and how our life went.
That's just crazy. The 30s.
I know, I'm about to be 35.
No, you're not.
Okay, I always say that. I'm going to be 34, guys, but...
Erica's always rounding up. Like, just see if y'all notice a trend. Oh my god, that's so funny. Next year, she's going to be like, oh my god, 40. We're almost in our 40s. Meanwhile, I'm just turning 30.
That's crazy, friend. You know?
That's so funny.
Age, man.
Okay, before we go, I have 2 more things to say.
Okay.
One, we have a listener recommendation. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Sherry, one of our listeners, Sherry, shout out.
Shout out, Sherry.
Yes. She said, tell Erica I watched Orange last night, loved it, and cried a bunch. And that she would like an anime recommendation of the month. because she feels like anime is an overwhelming genre because there's so many.
It's true.
So it would be nice to have a guide. Yeah. So if you have one off the top of your head to recommend, let's hear it. If not, we can start next week.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is so fun. Wow. I first want to say thank you, Sherry, for, watching Orange, because it's a really, really good anime. And I feel like the storyline is just great. And you heal parts of yourself. And then I hope that you get that from anime. Oh my God. I put on the spot. I don't know. I feel like it just depends, because there is so many genres. Like, it's the same thing, like comedy, love, action, mystery.
Are there any talking about the 30s?
Like growing up and stuff?
Yeah, maybe not 30s, but like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking. I feel like I have to make a list. Okay. And then I have to like...
Let's start next week then.
Yeah, okay. Because this would be good, and I kind of want to give good recommendations based on genres.
Okay. Are there more with like life lessons?
Yeah, there's a lot.
I think let's do one of those. Okay. Like, let's make it meaningful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I will do that.
Okay.
And we'll come back next week. Not next week, but the week after that. Well,
next week.
Yeah, next week, but... Oh, yeah. Yeah, next week. Yeah. It's funny.
We're struggling. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. This is awesome. This makes me so happy. Anytime we can talk about anime, it'll just bring my mood up even more. Even more. Why do you think people do that? Like, what? Sometimes I'll say words that are off.
I don't know. You want to hear something funny that you said earlier?
Yeah, what did I say?
You said, sometimes that you just switch a flip.
Oh my God, did I say that?
But it's so funny when...
Flip a switch.
Yeah.
Mine's dyslexic. Oh
no.
My God.
Sometimes your brain just says it backwards. Like, you don't even... Like, you don't even consciously know it.
We should keep that on there, though, because it's fine.
Okay, guys. Well, thanks for listening this week. Hopefully...
Yeah.
You...
get something from our ages, I guess, and... where we're at right now.
Yeah. And tell us if you're entering your 30s, in your 30s, exiting your 30s.
In your 40s, in your 50s, in your... No.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, and maybe in the comments you can give advice, Give one thing that you learned at your age.
Yeah.
That could help somebody else.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it. So, we'll talk to you guys next time, and have a good week.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.